Fielded in the end zone. It's Carter. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Volunteers offense will have first crack at this one. After missing out for more than a decade on the celebratory Stogies, it's becoming a tradition when Tennessee... BAMA in Neyland, light up the cigar, throw the goalpost in the Tennessee River. And I think we forget that this was a pretty compelling and dramatic back-and-forth game.
It was a great game, and a lot of mistakes, a lot of fumbles and interceptions, and it wasn't clean. It was a little bit sloppy. But the only thing I remember, Jesse, is Dylan Sampson owning the game late in the football game. And I'm going, this is the Crimson Tide. Like, Alabama getting ran on late, and Tennessee really took that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was sloppy from Tennessee. You had mentioned the turnovers. They turned it over 3 times in that game, and Josh Heupel, I think, in the second half just got to a point where he said, we're just going to run the ball. And in the end of the day, it was Tennessee dominating on the ground, over 200 yards rushing. That was the difference. It'll be interesting to see if they can run the ball in this one.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Vols want to pick up the tempo.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On target to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Volunteers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. from the gun. Running back gets to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The RPO, it's complete. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Pulls and fired complete. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Alabama's offense will take the field for the first time. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him. And if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access. Because there's no doubt, this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, and he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense... take the next step based on what he did last time.
You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Got it behind the line. It's Bernard. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking to throw at Simpson. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting it.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Volunteers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
To the air, it's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Horton. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Looking downfield on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Rolling right and going deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll give it to the back. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Sends it back in motion. Caught in the backfield. It's Young. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's talk about Alabama. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You played.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Alabama! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And the ball's in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Vols will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Moves away as he feels pressure. At the 45 on his way. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking downfield at Simpson. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How you're going to finish strong throughout the season. You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Horton. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The gift to the tailback. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Looking to throw. Here's a heat. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss.
And the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you can tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job, playing fast, trusting their eyes, and for
touchdown time! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
It's so nice to have guys out wide that you just trust that you can feed the football, and this guy will do the rest, will cross that goal line, will take care of you, will make you look like a genius. That's that kind of guy right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. He'll try to throw for it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Volunteers will bring the punt team onto the field. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Fair catch, called for and made. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. They want to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Miller. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the sticks.
They'll go with a direct snap. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains.
Grabs it inside the 15. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Buying some time. Touchdown, Bama! Quick strike through the air for the score. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
So here is the Tennessee offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Volunteers moving quickly to the line. They'll run play action. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Vols will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Quickly complete. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Catch in the middle, it's Miller. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. A strike downfield. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down. They'll immediately call timeout.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Wants to go up top. Trying to bull his way in. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Tide and Vols.
The Vols will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing.
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Looking for more room. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. This offense has it with really good field position. Reads it, fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major...
Turning it on! A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Volunteers get it past the sticks.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards. They put on the heat and they blocked it. He didn't get it, and what a stop on this defense to get the football back.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up the day, man. You've been getting beat all over the place. You're trying to make the score a little bit closer, maybe fight back in, maybe get competitive. even your field goal unit isn't performing well. It's just not your day, dog.
Finding open areas. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it because he really didn't have a choice because he was going to wear that one regardless.
They'll go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! The tide is high and rolling as they try to send Rocky Top to rock bottom, and they've built a big lead.
And Alabama's simply been the more physical team in this game, and you're starting to see that exert itself here in the second half. They're pulling away, David. Tennessee's going to have to do something here, keep this thing close.
And the hard part for Tennessee is you got to stay positive. You got to believe you can win. This series hasn't always been in their favor, and they kind of know Bama's had their number of late, but they got to stay positive. They got to make something happen on this next drive.
They send the tight end in motion. RPO complete to open the drive. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down, but when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 15. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Volunteers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Alabama offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff...
Gonna let it fly. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got the first down and more. Going the other way, and he's got room.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And they can't make the connection.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden, have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Simpson. Plucks it out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. All wideouts, no backs. To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Horton. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Quick pass on the jet motion. Can't get him to the ground. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter.
He'll take a shot. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Cricket. Off play action on first down. Looking for the goal line. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. To give. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown time! They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put in the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Volunteers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Staley. And maybe he'll get back to... scrimmage, but no more than that. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense.
And he's still running after the move. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. At the 35, he's open. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's third and long from the 28. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gaines. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Vols have pushed it inside the 20. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short.
Blue 22! Blue 22!
Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Russell. Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements.
Time to take a shot. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Volunteers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Tight end now in motion. From the gun to give, looking for room. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And that is how we will wrap this one up. So Alabama once again takes the win in this smoking hot rivalry between the Vols and the Crimson Tide, and the party in Tuscaloosa will last well into the night. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected.